You're watching Sportsfource Extra on KTIV.
Welcome back, folks. In Nebraska, 11-player classes were still wrapping up their regular season. And, you know, you talk about the cherry on top of the sundae or the bow on top of the gift being the last thing you put on. Well, there's a big bow on the end of the season for Class C2 as the top-ranked Harrington Cedar Catholic Trojans welcome third-ranked North Fork Catholic to town here. Winner claims a district title and likely the #1 ranking heading into the postseason. Top-ranked Trojans strike first. Brody Hochstein finds a crease, accelerates, and in he goes for the score. That makes it 6-0 Cedar after a blocked extra point later in the first quarter here. This is Brighton Whitmire taking the goal line carry. He won't be denied. Through a mountain of bodies. That makes it 13-0 Trojans. Norfolk Catholic would get an answer here. Here's a handoff to Nathan Timmerman. He'll make his way in from a few yards out. We'll go to just before halftime. A little bit of controversy in Norfolk. Brady Haber uncorks this one to the end zone. Wide receiver and DB are fighting for it. The refs say Cooper Hochstein caught the pass. The Trojans are up 21-7 at the break now. Third quarter, and that physical running from Brady Hochstein pays off once more. He brings the boom. That score puts Cedar Catholic up 27-7. That'd be the final. Join us live from Norfolk. Sportsfource's Irvin Dome, and take us through this one, Irv.
Well, Jason, this was a physical masterpiece of a performance from the Cedar Catholic Trojans. They were moving the ball with ease on offense by running it, but the play that really turned the tide in this game, in my opinion, was that touchdown catch that we saw right before halftime. Yes, it brought a lot of controversy right here into Norfolk, Nebraska, but once the refs ruled it a touchdown, it would be a multiple possession lead for Cedar Catholic, and they would not look back. They go on to win the Class C2-3 district title. They claim the top overall seed in Class C2, and they completed undefeated 9-0 regular season, which is exactly what Coach Cotto and this group of players set out to do.
It gives our kids a lot of momentum and a lot of adrenaline. You know, I think this is the first time in a while that we truly believed we could come in here and win this game. And, you know, if you can win games between your ears, you can have a lot of success. And you know, we were able to do that tonight.
I would absolutely run anybody over. There's no feeling like it, man. It's incredible. I mean, I would say so. A little bit of psycho and, psycho and being a little bit quick, you know, it adds up, and you can really do a lot of things with those two things, so.
Now, both of these teams are set to make the Class C2 postseason. We'll see where the brackets shake out tomorrow when the NSAA releases them. That's all I have from Norfolk. I'll send things back to Jason in the studio.
All right, thank you, Irv. Now, while regular seasons are ending on the gridiron, they're beginning on the hardwood as the Briarcliff Charger men's and women's basketball teams open up their regular seasons at home. 20th-ranked Charger women welcome Tabor to the Newman Flanagan Center in the first game of the Connor-Sonius era. Will pick up. Blue Jays on the break. Let's start the season with a corner three, and that'll bring the Blue Jays within 2. However, from that point on, Mally McNair would take over. Mack drives, stops on a dime, spins, gets the shooter's roll here. That'll increase the Charger lead, and she wasn't done quite yet. This time, McNair drives the right side of the lane, finishes through contact. She ended with 27 on the night. Later on, Chargers. Check this, kick out to Taylor Soderman, who pump fakes, and where is the defender going? Right on by. Soderman tickles the twine from deep. Briarcliff picks up the win, 76-66. Briarcliff men battling Mount Mercy to open up the season. We'll pick up first half. Jaden Huygens kicks to Dawson Moore for the corner three. And it's a 12-point Charger lead, and they weren't quite done. On the break, Moore. There's the Colby Collison who gets through the collision for the and one bucket. They weren't done yet, though. Josh Stevenson drives the lane. He can't get it to go. Ball's batted around. Finds Jackson Wingert, and the former Dakota Valley product shows patience before finishing at the rack. Chargers, they pick up the win, 96-72. Let's wrap our highlights with a little action at the net. The Morningside Mustangs have a bit of momentum nearing the end of the regular season. The Stangs are winners of 2 straight matches. And tell you what, the Stangs looking to make it 3 in a row as they take on Grandview here. We'll pick things up in the second set. Morningside near set point, but the Vikings, they pick up a big kill right there. However, Stangs, they set up Emma Herron here. Herron swings through for one of her 12 kills on the night. We'll skip to set point. J.C. Miller to serve for the Mustangs, and J.C. Miller with an ace. Morningside picks up a ranked win, 3-1. All right, you saw where we were. Let's see where you were, Siouxland. Let's take a look at our Fan Force photos on the night. Michael Wolgan. He was at MOC Floyd Valley senior night as they were taking on Webster City. That's just a beautiful photo of the sky in the field there. Thank you for sending that in, Michael. Kathy James. Tell you what, I ran into Kathy out at that Woodbury Central AHSTW game. She said, make sure you get this one on air. There you go, Kathy. Thank you very much for sending in your photo. And old Patty Cavey. By the way, shout out to the Crofton girls cross country team. They finished as state runners-up, and they actually, I believe, had an individual state champion at the Nebraska State cross country meet. Thank you very much for sending in your Fan Force photos. If you guys want to be a part of Fan Force, all you got to do, take a photo of a game that you're at, send it in to connect@ktiv.com.
We're the Wausau Osmond Viking Moms, and Sportsfource Extra will be right back.